Hello everyone, welcome back here to the channels Tapa Olho Azul and Super Acadêmico, and today in our English video of the week I'm going to make some comments and connections to the Netflix series The Fall of the House of USHER, based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. Before I begin, I would like very much that you subscribe to both channels, and ring the bell for notifications, and also comment and share the video. Also, I would like you to take a look to these spots I will run now. Is about support that you can give to our channel, to the channel Super Acadêmico, in case just Super Acadêmico, where you can support the channel to grow more and give you contents in several subjects. Let's go to the spots. Então, vamos ajudar o Super Acadêmico aqui no Apoia-se. É só você clicar aí na primeira link da descrição que você chega lá no Apoia-se e pode apoiar o canal a partir de R$1. Agora você pode ajudar com um pouquinho mais com essa nova premiação aqui com o meu novo livro SEXLEBRIDADES. Se você apoiar a partir de R$40, apenas R$40, você ganha como recompensa um exemplar aqui do livro SEXLEBRIDADES, os relatos secretos do Abel Marques e sua experiência com garotas de programas, disponível no Clube de Autores. Você pode também pedir ele pelo Clube de Autores, que é o segundo link na descrição do vídeo. Mas apoiando o canal no Apoia-se, você vai ter direito a ele de graça, apenas apoiando o canal, e aí você tem direito a um exemplar. Então, vá lá, clica no link e apoia o canal. Agora vamos ao conteúdo do vídeo. So this is the link for the support, the Apoia-se site that you can support our channel here in the Super Acadêmico. Tapa Olho Azul not yet, but Super Acadêmico you can support, and even you can get a book in Portuguese, but you can get this book here, this book here. Well, other books too. First of all, I'd like to call the attention about the title of the series, the Fall of the House of USHER. I read the short story by Edgar Allan Poe, The Fall of the House of USHER, which is a very simple thing. Is two men talking about the decay of a family, which is basically what happens in the story as a whole. But it is not as complex as in this case. I remember that in the Fall of the House of Usher, the short story, something very supernatural happens, and the house just gets swallowed by the hell, by the dirt, something like that. I remember have the image of a swamp sucking down the house, something like that. In the series, it's a little bit different, but it gets this spirit of the decay of a family. First, I thought it was a metaphor. The fall is the metaphor of the decay, but it was literal. A fall, literally, a literal fall. But I think that's one first connections that I made when I watched it. I think that the Colombian writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez, he maybe got the idea of some kind of a disappearing of a household by the the turbulence of some things, sometimes some events that happens within a family, and I think he used this idea. It's not plagiarism. It's more like a inspiration for the end of the 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And in this classical story by this Colombian writer that is the most rich representative of the fantastic realism. The households, the whole city actually, but it's a small city that was commanded by a family. It gets swallowed by the dirt, by the insects, by I don't know what else. It disappears in the end. And I think the idea, a theme of the disappearance, maybe had influenced him to this writing. I don't know, maybe. That's one connection that I made. You feel free to not make this connection, to disagree. Uh, well, I will comment first about the episode, each episode of the series. I hope you have watched. Since you came to this video, probably you got interested by the title. And the each episode has one death at least one death, which recalls to the names of others short stories by Edgar Allan Poe. So there is the death of the daughter, uh, the youngest daughters, if I'm not mistaken, and she's killed by an ape, a monkey, a chimpanzee, and of course this death has reference to the short story Murders in the Rue Morgue, which in the episode has the same name. In the original story by Edgar Allan Poe, the Rue Morgue is a street where some murder happened and nobody knows what happened. And so the detective Dupin, which in this story, the Fall House of Usher, the series, Dupin is a prosecutor that goes along with the conversation with the Roderick Usher, the whole story, which is the base of the short story, The Fall, the House of Usher. And in The Murder of the Rue Morgue, the short story, Dupin discovers that the murder that happened, it was a very visceral murder with very bloody gore and unhuman in some way, and everybody was thinking that was someone else, some person. And what was funny, I remember the short story is everyone thinks the murder was committed by a foreign person, but a foreign person that speak a language that the witness doesn't know. Like I'm Brazilian, I don't speak Japanese, so I think the murderer was speaking Japanese, or the witness is French and doesn't speak Russian and thinks that the murderer was speaking Russian. So the joining of this witness, these narratives, Dupin says that actually it wasn't a person, it was some kind of animal. So they discovered that this was an ape, orangutan, I think, in the short story. So they changed the things, and they made the ape of the episode of the Murder in the Rue Morgue being an ape that was experimented in with the procedures in the heart that the family was developing, and then when she finds out the cage where the monkeys are, the apes are, she got murdered by one of them. That is very visceral too. That's one case. I want comments. One thing that I find very interesting, that it seems that Netflix is kind of obsessed with the theme of criticizing the pharmaceutical industry. They presented this year a series that was called pain business, I think. That's the name, with Matthew Broderick, and they reproduce in some way the case of the Purdue company, the company that produce an opioid, a medicine that is for pain and causes addiction to many people, and many people died. And this story, the follow has a USHER. The USHERs own a company, a pharmaceutical company called Fortunata, and they make an opioid that caused many deaths. And there is this other movie recently released in Netflix with Chris Evans. It's called something of the pain hustlers. Pain hustler, I think is that the name. Which is that same story. It's a pharmaceutical company that pushes a medicine that is addicted based on opium and heroin, basically, and people die and so on. And they spend money bribing doctors to give speeches recommending the medicine. So it's funny because it seems that's a recurring theme this year in the Netflix. I don't know. Well, the second murder in another episode that I remember is the episode of the cats, the black cats. In the short story by Edgar Allan Poe, the black cat is some kind of a being that curse a man, a photographer, I think. I don't know. Maybe I remember another movie. But curse a man, and then the man murders someone and puts the corpses, the body in the wall, and the cat is like I think it's the cat, it's that the victim's cat, and it reproduces baby cats inside the where the body is, and he pursues the cats, tortures the cats, and somewhere in the story he hits the wall with a stick or a cane, some kind, and the cat begins to make noises, despite of the cat had been killed before the original cat. So the baby cats start to make noises and kind of tells everyone that the body is there. In the version of the series, the cat is a substitute cat. It's a cat that was replaced by the victim, one of the Usher's sons, because he doesn't remember, was in a party, killed the original cat that was owned by his boyfriend, and he kills the cat and throws away and goes to the shelter, to animal shelter, and brings another cat. Of course, the other cat is cursed. He was put there by the death, I think. The character played by Carla Gugino. Some people may interpret as the devil, some interpret as death, or the raven. That's another Edgar Allan Poe story, the raven, or the crow, the raven, the crow. And she puts the cat, the evil cat, in the house of the victim, and starts to bring him dead animals, dead birds, dead rats, and he begins to have hallucinations. He's a drug abuser, that's for sure. And in the limits, he calls the woman from the shelter, which is death, and she shows to him that he was doing the wrong thing. He was cursed all the time, because that's the thing of the story. The death made a pact with the Usher brothers, Usher siblings, Roderick and Madeline. They would have 40, 50 years of perfect richness, without disease, without problems, but somewhere in the future they all will die. All the bloodline of the USHERs will die, and the house of USHER will fall. That's the curse. So when the Leon, Napoleon Leon, he finds out that the cat is pursuing him because he's cursed, he breaks the walls like in the original story. In the walls there is the body of the original cat, I think, and he sees an hallucination of the body of the death of the woman that plays death. And the cat is in the balcony. He runs to the balcony and falls, I don't know how many stairs, how many floors, and dies. So it's horrible, horrible deaths. And I don't think I'll be able to comment all of them. But it's funny that they made the connection between the short stories by Edgar Allan Poe, which are short stories that are not connected with one another, but they made this connection with the stories, from the Black Cat to Murders the Rue Morgue, the Raven, and the Pit and the Pendle, and there's another one. I forgot. There's another one. There's a reference to a story of the global circle global travel that was somewhere made in the end of the 19th century, which presents the past of the character played by Mark Hamill, brilliantly by Mark Hamill. If you don't know Mark Hamill, he's famous for the role of Luke Skywalker, and he also do the brilliantly to the voice of the Joker. And this is a reference to the story of the circle global travel, something like that. It's a travel that goes from one pole to another, the North Pole to the South Pole. And there is the Fall of the House of Usher, the Black Cat, the Murder the Rue Morgue, the Raven, the Pit and the Pendle, and there's two more, I think, two more stories. The Golden Beetle, 2, which is completely different. The short story about the Golden Beetle in the Edgar Allan Poe's short story is a story about a treasure hunt and codes and in a book that was found, and in the series they changed to the symbol of a vain brands of products, very expensive products by for skincare, that one of the daughters of the house of Usher, she was selling, and she was betraying, and she basically killed herself with mirrors. It's very, very graphic the way she dies. It's one of the best deaths, cinematically speaking. It was very visual, and the use of mirrors was very well done. I think that's it. My comments go this far. The video is about 18 minutes. I will end here. I would like you to share this video, comments, subscribe to the channel if you're not, ring the bell, take a look at the description for the links that I present there. Take a look to my newest book that's sell today. You can buy today. It's in Portuguese, but you can buy these other books too. You can purchase in the links that are in the description, and also support the channel if you can. Okay, so I am ending here. I'm finished here. Till next Wednesday with a new video in English. Bye bye.